Good morning, everybody. Let's see who hops on today. Let's see what is happening. Super happy to be here for day two. Day two of trusting that you can make the right pivots for yourself. And today we are featuring relationships. And those can be taboo a little sometimes, right? So if you are tuning in live, let me know who you are, where you're tuning in from. My name's Nat Mayott. And I am a relocation specialist, so really helping people go from where they are now to maybe where they really truly desire to be. Let me see here. I want to make sure my Facebook was on a bit of a lag there for a second. So if you're catching the replay, make sure you let me know that you stopped in. Drop your comments and your questions. I'm on Instagram. I'm on Facebook Live. I'm super happy to be here. So let's dive right in. Yesterday, I covered a very pivotal moment in my life, which was on cruise ships for many years, and how that impacted my perception. Hey there! Uh, how that changed my perception on not only travel, but work and family life, and how I made that leap so quickly and so easy. It's something that I truly wanted. It's something that I went after, and so glad that I did because it gave me a life experience that I will never ever get back anywhere else. Now, when it comes to relationships, how can this possibly be a pivotal moment? You may be wondering. But I know for a fact that I made a crucial decision in 2010 that hurt incredibly. In 2009, I'm sorry. I knew that it would hurt incredibly, but I knew that it was the right choice at the time. I was just exiting a 20-year friendship. So basically, the friend, I guess it was a parting of ways. She had chosen a new life, and I wasn't going to be part of that life. And I was okay with that, somewhat. It was hard to understand. But you know that expression when one door closes, another one opens, or the window opens? That's what I felt like happened in 2010 when that friendship was ending. Um, so let me go back just a little bit. In 2009, I decided that I was going to take a stand-up comedy class. This was a gift that I was giving myself after, that bucket list that you have. And that's where I met Rhett. And Rhett and I took the stand-up comedy class together and sort of started hanging out. And we dated for 4 months. And I was, blown away just from our first date. So we met at a pub, a local pub, for drinks. And when we were leaving the pub, it was late. It was probably close to midnight. And I'm like, thanks so much. And we walked like towards his car, but I was just going to walk home because it literally was about 2 blocks away. And he insisted that I get in the car, that he would just drive me home. And I thought, okay, and we walk up to this car, and the car was so nice, and it was clean and shiny, and you could practically put your makeup in the side of the window. I thought, wow, this guy has his shit together. And he opened the door for me. And then the next weekend took me out for dinner and he paid. And I was like, oh my God, is this what it's supposed to be like? Because up at that point, I'd had other relationships, but I don't know that I really knew what I wanted in a relationship. And he was starting to tick all the boxes. You know what I mean, ladies? When you meet the guy and the boxes, oh yeah, he's doing this, I like this, I like this. But the challenge happened about 4 months into us dating that we weren't sort of aligning anymore. What I was expecting out of the relationship, what was maybe what he was expecting were not the same things. And I fully, about 4 months in, decided like, I'm not sure that this is what I want to do anymore. If this is what's going to work for me for where I was going in my life. And in that period of time, there was a huge going on. There was leaving a job, starting work for a friend who happens to be the friend that I'm no longer in a friendship with. Um, I was moving from one apartment to another, so I wanted to make sure that things were aligned and the piece of my life was not aligned. And saying no was really hard. I see that on Facebook, I seem to be lagging, so I don't know if you guys are hearing me or not. So I really apologize for that. Maybe Rhett can go to if Facebook is okay. And after about 4 months, I just said, you know what? I think we need to end things. I think we need to, go our separate ways because we don't seem to be on the same page right now. Ending a relationship, even when it hurts, is hard. And I knew that saying no to him was not, I guess, what my, I don't know if it was my heart or my head, but was saying, this is not right. And I'm going to say it was my heart, My intuition was yelling at me that, Natalie, you deserved better. And don't get me wrong, he was doing all the great stuff and we were going on dates and treating me like, I think, hi Monica, treating me, Monica, let me know if the video was lagging because on my end it looks like slow. Uh, I, I felt like there was more. There's more that I wanted. Does it resonate with you? Is there more that you want and you don't know what it is or what that looks like for you? And by that age, I was about 38 at the time. You sort of know what shit you want and what you don't want anymore in your life. You've been through stuff, you've met people, you've had relationships. Like you just don't want to, you just want to play around anymore. You just want the real thing. And that's what I wanted. I wanted the real thing. And it wasn't about just me getting what I wanted. It was on both sides. And at the time, in hindsight, and we've talked about it, we both weren't in a great place. So we both were not being fulfilled. And that's really what it happens. Um, it's cutting in and out. Yeah, I don't know why that is. I don't know if it's because I have two devices going or I'm far away from something. We'll see. Maybe I'll repost it after. Um, at times in relationships, we don't always are aligned, and you have to figure out what that looks like. So I listen to my heart. That is a skill that is tough sometimes. To listen to that piece of you that is saying no or not now or move on. And I listened to it and I cried a lot. And I remember hugging my sister when she came to help me move and saying, God, why is it so hard? Why does it feel so wrong? But it feels so right at the same time. And for the next year, I just continued on. And I thought about him every day. I actually threw myself into journaling, poetry writing. He inspired multitudes of writings that I published. And it didn't stop me, but it was a sadder year that I leaned into that sadness and I leaned into what I was going through. So I was working for a friend. I had moved back to the West Island. There were things that I knew that I wanted. And I remember writing in a journal, and I can't find this journal to save my life, but I know it's at the bottom of a page. And I wrote exactly what I wanted in a relationship, all the way down to, how tall he would be, how I would be treated, how I would feel. What else did I write? Things we would do together, all of that. And about a year later, so 2010, I get this random Facebook message from Rhett. And we had not been in touch, right? Like I had deleted his number, so I couldn't even text him because I couldn't remember it. And he messaged me and said, "Hey, Nat, I know that we haven't talked, but would love to get together and have coffee and catch up and whatnot." And I thought, wow. And my friend said to me, "Yeah, you should. You should meet up with him." So he actually came to a house party that we were hosting. And from that day on, June 12th, we haven't been apart. And I'm not sure what's the thing that clicked, but we really just realigned together side by side and move forward. And he has been my rock for the last 11 and a half years. And we continue supporting each other in our adventures. He's my biggest supporter. I'm his biggest supporter. We have a beautiful child together, and now we've created this life together that we just fall in love with every day. And I said it yesterday, things happen for a reason. I did pivot. I did decide to change. And sometimes you have to dig so deep to find that power or that thing that's that spark that's going to make you go, enough. Enough. Have you had enough? So I said it yesterday. I was going to do it today, but I blew up my calendar yesterday, opened it up for 5 badass women who are really looking for this change. And yes, I'm now a relocation specialist and I'm helping people move here. Hey, Elena. I'm helping move people relocate down here, relocate to the place of their dreams. But I'm ready to talk to you and see, what does that look like for you? What is keeping you stuck in that part of your life where you can't get to the other side? So go into the comments, click on the calendar link, go into my bio on Instagram, click on that link. Let's book a time. Let's have a conversation. That's all it is. A conversation to see, where are you now and what is it that you're truly desiring? You know, Monica says, "I'm not sure how to get it." Uh, it's not always right in front of us. Trust me, I found out this summer that it's not always in front of us. Pivoting in my business or evolving in our business, and I think that's something they don't teach us. There's a piece of us that is always, thinking, "Oh, well, this is what I'm supposed to do because somebody told me that." Well, no, it's not true. You can evolve, and you can evolve anywhere. You can bring your business online anywhere. Doesn't that just sound juicy? So relationships, we all have them, and they are all pivotal in our life. They've impacted us in different ways. They've made us grow. Know that every relationship you've met, whether it be a personal relationship, a friendship, a work relationship, you grow every time. Whether you feel like it's good, it's bad, or it's ugly, that's what's happening. You are growing. So on that note, I I implore you, click on the Calendly link. Let's book a time. See how you can see yourself relocating with your family and your business. And let's do it with ease. Let's do it with ease. It can be done. I'm so glad you joined me today. Make sure if you come back for the replay that you put that in so I know that you saw it, and we will connect tomorrow because I can't wait to share how I became an entrepreneur. Another great pivotal moment. Okay, full day today, and I will come live again tomorrow.